Hi, welcome. Welcome to today's course. It's steps to overcome fear of judgment. How many people do you know or yourself suffer of what others think? You know what that equals is when you have a goal or you put something in your mind and you don't get it done because you doubt. Doubt is fear. Fear of what are others gonna think? Do I deserve that? Can I do it? Am I good enough? What if I fail? What if I lose it all? What are people gonna think? What are people gonna say? Oh, they're gonna say that I did this because of this, because they know this of me, and I did this. All that is BS. All that should not burden your time and should not distract you from creating the life of your dreams. My purpose is to teach everybody on the pillars of heart, mind, and money. Heal your heart, challenge your mind, and then your pockets. So fear is the number one thing that you have to abolish. Doubt you must abolish. Judgment comes from doubt. You shall not judge anybody, and nobody has the right to judge you. People can have opinions. People are always going to have opinions, and that's okay. You respect their opinions. But don't be afraid of what people are going to say or what they're going to opinionate. So people feel fear of judgment because they are social creatures and care about what others think of them. The fear can stem from past experiences that they lived that left them traumatized, that caused them pain, that caused them losses, abandonment, betrayal. I understand. I've been there, and I've been there, betrayed, lost, abandoned, you name it. I've been there. But I used to be in a rut, always just breaking my head of, what are they going to think of me? What are they going to say? Am I too wild? Am I dreaming too big? Am I ever going to conquer this? Am I ever going to graduate from college? Guess what? I have a master's degree, and I'm going to go get a doctorate degree. Until I had to let loose of all those judgments. So with these 6 easy steps, I'm going to help you how to overcome the fear of judgment. So let's get started. Get clarity on the fear. What are you fearing? Identify the root cause of your fear. Take clarity. It stems from the times as a child that have compounded pain in your life. So does it stem from your parents? Does it stem from your siblings? Does it stem from aunts and uncles, cousins? You need to identify why you're so scared of judgment and what kind of judgment. Is it professional related? Is it emotional? Is it physical? What kind of judgment are you scared about? You know, this past Saturday, I had one of my manhood events, which are the in-person events that happen around the country and the cities. And a lady said, I am in my mid-40s, and I've always been so concerned and so afraid of what people think of my body. I've been so embarrassed my whole life. And when I did an exercise of what is it that I admire from other people, never was it important to me what people look like. It was important to me how people made others feel, how they were successfully professionally, and how they had really taken the ability and the discipline to change their life. So she came to terms that she had been hurting herself of being afraid of judgment, yet it really didn't matter to her. And so she just shed that off. So every time you have a ruminating idea that's just, killing you, go and look for the contrary of that idea. If you think that you can't be a millionaire, go and find somebody that grew up with you. Go and find an aunt and uncle, somebody in your circle that became a millionaire. And that's going to veto your bad idea. So let it go, but get clarity of where that fear to judgment comes from. Module 2, challenge your personal dialogue. So talk to yourself and dig in to what is it that's making you uncomfortable. What is it that you're not identifying because you're afraid of that judgment? Challenge your negative beliefs and talks to yourself, because those crazy, scary beliefs of fear of judgment start from you. So how are you talking to yourself? How are you treating yourself? We are the hardest person on ourselves. So don't invite judgment to yourself. When you're insecure about what we do, we might nudge others to use it against us. So when you say, oh, I don't like this dress, I feel super fat and ugly, what do you think? You're inviting the other person to tell you, actually, yes, it doesn't look that nice. So self-talk yourself out of any negativity that you're enticing for yourself. So when you steer the conversation for the person to talk to you positively. You can influence that. And at that point, you're going to be vetoing all fear of judgment. Module 3, give yourself compassion and others grace. It's extremely important. Practice self-compassion, practice positive talk. It doesn't mean you have to be confident of yourself 100% of the time. We all feel fear and self-doubt. We all go through that. The difference is that, for example, when I start feeling doubt, I immediately start looking for facts to contradict my doubt, and I veto it. Right? So for example, one of my friends, she was a speaker at also one of my manhood events, and she has a very heavy Colombian accent. And I asked her to speak in English, and she said, oh my God, how am I gonna speak in English, right? And she said, well, if Sofia Vergara is so famous in Hollywood and she has a heavy Colombian accent, that means I can do it too. So she automatically canceled that negative fear of judgment. And that's what you need to do. Every time that you think something negative, replace it with something positive. Give yourself grace. Give yourself a break. Module 4, get triggered. Put yourself in uncomfortable situations. Yes. So when I've identified your fear, you know what triggers, go and dance with that trigger. Go and, enamor that fear. Face it right in its face. Grab it by the horns. So something that you before you would shy away, you would never talk about that because that would, give you the ideas of the fear of judgment. Go up to that. Knock on the door, bring up that conversation with maybe the person that would make you like, I don't know what they're gonna think of me. Go to them, tell them what you do what you think is right, and dance with that fear and bring that uncomfortable conversation on so that you can get comfortable with the discomfort of your fear for judgment. That's how you start killing this fear of judgment. It's extremely important. Module 5, seek accountability. Seek support from your family, your friends, your partners. Get manas together, hermanas, amigas. Bring them together and say, guys, I have never been able to conquer this dream because I have a fear of judgment. And that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to face fear. I'm going to do exactly the contrary of what makes me uncomfortable until I get comfortable with it. And I'm going to put fear and judgment outside of my space. And so that's when you start allowing yourself to be vulnerable. And when you start allowing yourself to be vulnerable, you invite positive things to your life. When I was a young kid, people always, my family and cousins and uncles, ay, Perla es una loca. Oh yeah, Perla goes all over the world. Like she's just traveling and spending money. Like she'll probably not have a job. Well, here I am. I do have a job. I wasn't that wild because I'm just a happy soul, but I know my direction and I know my intention and I'm disciplined to get what I want. So what people think or not, use it as fuel to recharge you and get back up on your feet. Module 6, celebrate progress. So be graceful of yourself. Understand that you're pushing through that fear of judgment, because releasing from this fear of judgment is going to get you closer to your goal. You're going to release, you're going to surrender, and you're going to go and target that goal without fear, without judgment. You're not going to give 3 F's what people think. Whether you fail, you're 1 step ahead or 2 steps ahead, you feel good for yourself because every time you fail, you've gained a lesson. So celebrate your success. Celebrate with those that love you, with those that support you. Be happy. Yeah, I know, something like, oh, I lost and you want me to succeed. Yes, because every loss is actually a win. You knew something that you didn't know, and now you can become better at it. So celebrate all those wins, and all those little wins will eventually amount to you overcoming your fear of judgment and accomplishing those dreams that you've been wanting and that have been sitting here for a long time. Join our Mana Lounge. It's a free platform for women all around the globe. I release a course every Monday. I do this out of love and out of service, because my purpose in life is to ignite acts of kindness, but I can't do that unless I serve as a bridge for healing. Invite all your friends. Use this work. Implement it quick, easy, and practical. Sending you love.